Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
And welcome to Surprise, Surprise, the show where anything can happen, and usually it does. Now, you know I'm prone to knocking on people's doors, don't you? Yes. I have been known to knock on a few doors in my time. Well, somebody knocked on my front door this morning. I got such a shock. I went out there, I opened the door, and I saw this funny little fella standing there. And he said, "Do you believe in life after death?" I said, "You must be joking. My Bobby doesn't even believe in life after dinner." I must tell you who we've got as our first guest on the show this week. His name is George Collins, and now he's got a most unusual request. You see, he wants to meet the man that put him in prison over 40 years ago. Now, that is unusual, but it's not, I must tell you, it's not as bad as you think. You see, during the war, George Collins was ordered by accident to drive his petrol tanker into a village that was occupied by the Germans. And ever since then, George has been longing to meet the officer who made this command. Well, you see, George, we know for a fact, he's just come back from his holidays. He's been there in Mallorca. He came back last night. And with a great deal of help from his daughter, we put him up at this hotel. Now, until a few minutes ago, he didn't know we were involved in all this until he got a very surprising message from a very surprising bellboy.
Biggins here. Here I am, loitering in the lobby of this hotel, dressed as a bellboy with my bellboy board, waiting for a Mr. George Collins. Any minute now he'll be coming through that lift, so I'm going to go and hide behind that plant and see what happens. Surprise, surprise. George Collins, for 40 years you've been looking for your army officer. Is this true? Hello, George. Is this true? Is it true? Well,
yes.
Good. Well, come with me because you might find him tonight. Surprise, surprise.
Yes, and hot foot from that hotel, we've got the both of them. We've got George Collins and Biggins. There, sweetheart, would you?
Oh,
Hello, Biggins.
Thriller, Cilla. Oh.
But what about you?
What about me?
Yes, that colour suits you, George.
It's my colour, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, George, I've been dying to know. Can you tell everybody here what happened with you and this petrol tanker?
Well, it was surprise, surprise, really.
Oh, he's from Scotland.
Yes.
Okay.
No heather where I live.
Pardon?
No heather where I live.
Oh, is that right?
It's all golf courses.
I don't know what he's saying. What's he saying? Know what, where you live?
I'll give you it in shorthand, shall I?
Anywhere you like. Come on, tell us about this petrol
Well,
tanker.
we were in convoy, moving out of this little village in France.
Was that
After-
Maidenville, was it?
No, I don't remember the name of the first little village because we had so many places to go. Am I going too fast for you? In fact, you see, the trouble is, I don't know whether I should have a brace on my knee to stop them shaking or rush off to the toilet.
Well, the choice is up to you, George.
Well, I'll stop my knees from shaking. And as we moved out of convoy, the message was that we were making our way back to Cherbourg to go home. And as I approached this crossroads with my tanker, my petrol tanker, a little armoured car drove up, stopped me. And He asked me if I had petrol on board. I said, yes. He came out of his trammer car, jumped in beside me. He says, we're going down to the next little village where our tanks are stranded for the want of petrol. Who was I to argue with a major or whatever he was?
Whatever he was, indeed. And what happened? You were taken prisoner, I suppose?
Oh, we drove into the village, right enough. There was plenty of tanks.
Like I said, it was all taken
But they
over
all had
by
iron crosses on them.
Oh, that was the Germans.
What?
Who bombed that city? And you were taken prisoner of war. How long were you a prisoner
4
then?
years.
4 years. Oh, I bet you could have kicked that officer, couldn't you?
Oh, no, you never kick an officer.
But I tell you, we did a lot of detective work, George, and we managed to track down that very person who gave you that order by accident. Now, at the time, he was a Lieutenant Colonel,
Yes.
William Morris Broomall, but now he's got a shopping list of honours, hasn't he? In fact, I've written them all down here. Look, he's a Major General, William Morris Broomall, CBE, DSO, OBE. But between friends, if you're his friends, you can call him, tell him.
Tubby.
Tubby.
Hello, how are you? Good to see you. Tubby, come and sit.
I thought he was going to knock all the make-off off my chin when he saw
Why don't you sit down, George?
Well, that's a great day.
But listen, life wasn't a bowl of cherries for you, was it? Because, in fact, you were taken prisoner and put into Colditz.
I was, but I put him in for how long? 4 years?
4 years.
Terrible.
But what stories do you have? What happened when you were put in there? What was...
Well, at the time,
Colditz?
well,
Yes.
at the time, after I parted from him, the Germans stuck me on the engine casing of their Mark IV tanks, and we advanced and had a small battle with the French, and I felt very self-confident sitting on the back of a German tank.
Yes.
However, all was well. But,
What was life like in Colditz?
well, it was fairly grim, but not too bad, you know. It's been well written up. Of course, the courtyard, it was an old castle, and the courtyard, you never had any sunshine in the winter. And things were pretty rough. And, of course, we behaved. It was really like a sort of, you might call it the sort of Eton and Harrow of the prisoners, because everybody was of one mind. There were no weaker characters. Everybody wanted to make life hell for the Germans. And we ended up with more German sentries than prisoners.
There was a lot of escapees, wasn't there, from Colditz?
Yes, yes, you had to qualify, you know, just like getting an A certificate to go there.
Did you try and escape?
Not from Colditz, no, I never got a chance. Well, I was senior officer there. I had all my work cut out keeping Douglas Bader in order.
He was the troublemaker, was he?
He was a wonderful chap, you know, proper VC type, but it was always trying to dissuade him from trying to jump over the wall with being drilled with machine gun bullets.
Well, we've got a picture of you somewhere.
That was a camp in Eichstätt in Bavaria. I was sent there as a punishment. Typically German mentality. I was sent there as a punishment. I was a colonel, and they thought it was a punishment to send me to a lieutenant's camp. And when I arrived, there was a fool of a German officer, and he said, "You know why you've been sent here?" And I said, "Oh, yes." He said, "Well, I can't understand. It's a mistake." I said, "Oh, the German army never makes a mistake." But he said, "Well, if you know, will you tell me?" And I said, "Yes." I said, "I'm a colonel of engineers, and I had a good bit of experience in World War I, and these young officers aren't awfully good at tunnelling. So I suppose the German headquarters thought it'd be a good idea to have a chap who'd tell them what to do." And I'm proud to say that 4 months later, about 40 chaps got up out from under my room. And that was really the reason why that escape failed, because we're only 5 of us, and we had to give way. It wasn't fair that 5 chaps should have the first crack against 45.
Well, actually, you know, sir, you looked absolutely smashing in that German uniform. I mean, who made the German uniform for you?
Well, very lucky because my London tailor happened to be there. But we had lots of odd bits. In the first winter when it was terribly cold and we had no overcoats, we were issued a lot of Dutch overcoats.
George, I've got a question for you, to Tubby. What do you think, because he's a lovely chap.
Yes.
What do you think of him now?
All is forgiven.
Well, I think
deserve it.
Sorry, I think you should make it official, don't you, Tubby? I think you should apologise officially and come out shaking hands once more, don't you?
Well, I do apologise officially and come out, George, and have a drink.
It's time for the only television game that you at home can play and win a prize. We'll show you the rules in a minute, but if you've got the TV Times handy, you'll find them already printed on page 74.
Have we got any cube pullers in the audience that fancies pulling a few cubes tonight? If you have, please wave your hands like that. No, not like that, but like that. Come on, wave those hands. Don't be shy. Never fear. Oh. Actually, I like that bloke up there with the glasses. That lovely fella with the glasses, just sitting... He's ducking down now. No, I like your face because you've got a lovely smile. Would you like to come and join us and pull our cubes for this evening? Come on, sweetheart, come and join us. There he is. And while he's coming down to join us, let's show you the rules of the game. And here they are.
Now, first make up your card. Start with a big square like this. Divide it into 25 smaller squares like this. Now put P-H-O-N-E across the top. And now add the last 5 digits of your phone number, including the dialing code down the left-hand side. The winner will be the first person to ring out with a straight line of 5 squares across, down, or diagonally containing the correct answers to the questions for those squares. We'll give you the questions and the number to call later in the show. Now, to give you a start, you can have some free squares that count towards a winning line without you having to write answers in them. As always, the middle square is free, then just for this week, the 4th under P, the 1st under H, and the 5th under N. I hope you made a careful note of those free squares.
Well, hello, sweetheart. Why don't you tell everybody sitting at home, especially the lot in the audience here tonight, what's your name?
Peter Beck.
Hello, Peter Beck.
Hello.
Welcome to Surprise, Surprise. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a policeman, police inspector.
Oh, and you do a marvellous job. We think we all do a marvellous job, don't we, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. Well done. Why don't you give that bag a good shake up and pull out that first cube? And there you go.
E8.
E8. He's right, you know.
So, for all of those with E8, what TV series is this woman in?
You must remember, everybody watching there at home, we can't repeat any questions, so please keep your ears and your eyes open. You can shake any time you want to, Peter. More cubes. And another green one.
N4.
N4. Can they see that?
Which workers are represented by the NUR? More cubes, Cilla.
More cubes.
E1.
E1.
So for E1s, what animal is in the title of this song? We'll have some more cubes later in the programme, and meanwhile, take a note of the number to ring tonight as soon as you get a complete line of 5. 01 if you're outside London, 936 9191. But please, only ring when you have a winning line, as we can't answer any other inquiries on that number.
Well, now, Biggins, it's time to show everybody how we surprise Morin Wooding. Where are you, Maureen? You're out there in the audience tonight. There she is, giving us a little wave. There's Maureen. Hello, Maureen. Welcome to the show. Now, Maureen, many, many years ago, appeared in a pantomime in a flying ballet. Now, unfortunately, she hasn't got any photographs to prove this. And her 3 daughters, who are all grown up now, they don't even believe that she's been any higher than a pair of kitchen steps. So we thought we'd find out if Maureen still had a head for heights.
Once upon a time, Morin Wooding from Northampton starred in pantomime. She flew through the air with the greatest of ease, but no one believed her. So her husband, Terry, wrote to us and said, could we surprise her? Can we surprise her? She thinks she's coming shopping today in London, and any minute she'll be arriving at this car park. Good morning, Morin Wooding. Come out. When was the last time you flew in a pantomime, Morin?
17 years ago.
17 years ago. Oh, surprise, surprise. We're going to fly you today. Come with me. Well, here we are, Morin, in our very own theatre. Now we're all set, you're raring to go. Now, you'll be able to prove very shortly to all your friends and family that you, in fact, did fly. Are you looking forward to it?
Yes.
You don't look too sure about it. Now, listen, well, you can play Peter Pan. How's that? Is it all right? And you've got to have a Wendy. We've got the best Wendy in the business. Here she is, Darryl back. Darryl, this is Morin. Morin, Darryl. Now, Darryl's going to show you the ropes. Right. First, we strapped our star into a nice, cosy little harness.
Right, we're ready to fly. You ready, Peter?
Years, you'd expect her to be a bit rusty, but once the expert had given a quick demonstration, well, Morin was soon back into the swing of things.
Are you there?
Have you noticed, Morin, my lovely legs? Do you know, Morin, it's just occurred to me, I now know why Peter Pan is played by a woman.
Oh, how's your head? Gosh, that was a big clunk on the floor, wasn't it? And you, Biggins, I thought you looked wonderful.
It's the legs you were after, isn't it?
It was the legs. Hasn't he got lovely legs, girl? Shame about the face, but the legs. And there's all your lovely daughters there, Yvette and Lynn and Michelle. Now, girls, what do you think of your mother doing those high-flying antics? Come on, Yvette, tell us.
Can't believe it.
You were very good at high flying. It was absolutely smashing.
And I've got something very special for you, because you said you wanted a photograph. Well, I've got a very special photograph of the two of us there, look. Which you can keep forever, flying on your wall, like ducks.
So you believe your mother forevermore. And I think after all that lot, I think we all could do with a cup of tea, couldn't we, girl?
I haven't got time for tea, Cilla. I really must fly. Woo!
Still to come on Surprise, Surprise, 6 honeymoon couples meet a vision from their past. And Roy Tassell meets the daughter he's never seen.
Hello and Welcome back. Well, we've lost Biggins. We haven't a clue where our Biggins is. Mind you, we did get a phone call from a farmer in Devon saying that he'd spotted a UFO. Now, I don't know whether he was talking about Biggins or just passing an opinion. So we have to bring Biggins back. Let's shout him on. Biggins! What kept you?
Oh, what do you mean, what kept me?
Well, now that you're back, I think I'd better get Peter to pull out some more cubes, don't you?
What a good idea. Now, remember at home, the first one to phone in with the correct line of squares wins our surprise, surprise, prize. And we also have some more prize for our runners-up. So, more cubes, Cilla.
More cubes, Peter?
O2.
Yes, O2.
So for all you O2s, at which pole do penguins live?
More cubes, Peter?
P4.
That's a P4.
What is the capital of West Germany? More cubes, Cilla.
More? Oh, he's quick, isn't he? More cubes. N1.
So all of you with N1s, from what film does this song come from? Just to remind you, the number to ring tonight is 01-936-9191. And now it's time to make somebody else happy.
Oh, and yes, indeed we are. And her name is Kate Clifford. Now, we got a letter from Kate saying that she was absolutely longing, absolutely dying to sing in public on the telly. So I went to her place of work. By the way, she's an air stewardess. I went down to where she works to tell her, well, she can sing with us in public. I'm leaving on a jet plane, la la. Oh, I love airports. I do. I hate flying, but I love airports, and that's the very reason why I'm here tonight. Because you see, I'm waiting for a Kate Clifford. Now, she's a stewardess, and she thinks that she's flying to Glasgow tonight. But surprise, surprise, she isn't, because Kate wrote us a letter a few weeks back. You see, she wants to sing in public. And we thought we'd arrange just that. So I think I'd better go find a plane, hide myself, and wait for it to arrive. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Hello, Kate.
I don't believe this.
You are Kate, aren't you?
Yes.
Well, Kate, you wrote to us a few...
No hat on!
I haven't got an hat on either. Kate, you wrote to us a few weeks back, didn't
Yes.
you? And you said you would love to sing in public, didn't
Yes. Not this public, though.
you? Listen to me. We have got a band. We have got about 12 million viewers. And they're all ready and
Put me back
waiting.
down.
They are all ready and waiting
No.
just for you.
I don't know what to say.
Well,
I'll kill them.
I can tell you what you're going to say, or rather sing. Would you like? Do you know, I'm leaving on a jet plane.
Yes. I'm afraid I do.
Would you sing a few bars for us now?
Now?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I'll start you. I'll start you. I'll start you. God,
What key? What
she's
key?
shaking like a leaf. What key? What? Yale. Will that do? I'm leaving
On a jet plane.
That'll do.
Oh, no.
You've passed the audition, girl. What are we waiting for? Let's go. Come on. Come on, go to Glasgow. And here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Kate Clifford. Welcome to the show. Don't you look gorgeous? Doesn't she look gorgeous? Lovely. Yeah, she looks absolutely smashing. How do you feel tonight?
Not too bad.
Well, that's good. That's really good. Now, what are you going to sing for us, by the way?
Leaving on a jet plane.
The same one. But you do it ever so well. And we thought as a special surprise just for you, we thought we'd get a special backing group. Yeah, she's looking a bit funny again. But don't worry,
You're not going to do this twice, are you?
No, but you know them all. Don't worry about it, Chuck, because you see, it's your mum, it's your dad, and it's your 3 brothers.
You haven't heard them sing yet.
Oh, yes, we have. Well, Kate, this is your night. And I know they're making you all feel terribly relaxed now. So it's your go. The best of British. Here you go, Kate. See you later.
All my bags are packed, I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. The dawn is breaking, it's early morn. The taxi is on. Already I'm so lonesome I could cry. Then kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you never. 'Cause I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. Now the time has come to leave you one more time. Let me kiss you. Close your eyes. I'll be on my way. I'll dream about the days to come when I won't have to leave alone. And all the time I won't have to say. Kiss me and smile for me. Tell me that you wait for me. Hold me like you never let me go. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go. I hate to go.
Thank you very much. Now, before we go any further, I'd like you to meet this couple down here. It's Mr. and Mrs. Hawkins, and next to them we've got Mr. and Mrs. Lewis, and then next to them we've got Mr. and Mrs. Kerr just behind there, then Mr. and Mrs. Turner, Mr. and Mrs. Windell, and Mr. and Mrs. Truelove. Now, I suppose you're all wondering, everybody at home and everybody here in the studio, what have all these couples down here, apart from Peter stuck on the end, what have they all got in common? Well, I shall tell you. All these people slept in the same bed and on the same night. But it's not what you're thinking, you see, because fortunately it wasn't the same year, because all these couples down there spent their wedding night in a very special hotel, didn't you? You spent it on the same night, in the same room, in the same hotel, and the hotel was called Gill Manor Hotel in Sussex.
And Cilla, here's the very best. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's ever so comfy.
Is it comfy, Biggins?
Oh, it's lovely, Cilla.
Oh, I bet that brings back happy memories for you, doesn't it? Well, as a very special surprise, we want you to re-celebrate your honeymoon. Yes, not here in the studio tonight, though. No, we've arranged for you to spend a week at that Gill Manor Hotel. Isn't that nice? You've got Monday, you've got Tuesday, you've got Wednesday, and you've got Thursday.
Is it time for the break, Cilla?
It certainly is, Biggins.
Oh, well, in that case, I'm exhausted. I think I'll have 40 winks. Good night, Cilla. Oh, whee!
here are the answers to last week's phone numbers game. And in a few moments, we deliver our first Cillagram to a church.
And now it's time for our very first Cillagram. Remember last week I told you Cilla would be out and about each week singing songs to all sorts of people.
Yes, and this week I was invited to the Reverend Oscar Muspratt's church for a very special service. And what a surprise the congregation got when I turned up. This is the very beautiful parish church of Penn here in Buckinghamshire. Now, I've come along here for a lovely story because taking place at this very moment is a very special wedding service. The vicar, Reverend Oscar Muspratt, is celebrating 40 years of weddings by re-blessing 65 of the couples he's married during his career. Now, some of them have just come back from the honeymoons, and some of them have even been married for over 37 years. But they're all inside here now, and I've come along today to help Oscar celebrate with a little surprise.
Would you all sit down, please? On this historic and memorable occasion for us all, I am very happy that so many of you could attend this celebration. And to thank you all, I have a very special guest, a surprise, surprise, with Cilla Black.
Hello. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's absolutely smashing to be here with you today. And I've got noise effects up there. It's absolutely lovely. To celebrate this very special day with you, I'd like to, if I may, sing you a little song. It's called When You Were Sweet 16. Since first I saw the love light in your eyes, I thought the world held naught but joy for me. And even though we've drifted far apart, I never dreamed but what I dream of thee. And last night I dreamt you held your hand in mine, and once again I was your happy bride. And you kiss me as you did in old lang syne. As to the church we wandered side by side, and I loved you as I've never loved before. Since birth I saw you on the village green. Please come to me, all my dream of love is all. For I've loved you as I've loved you when you were sweet, when you were sweet. 16. Anyone of you out there could be our lucky cube winner tonight, our lucky phone numbers game winner. So sit tight and wait for this final cube. But before our Peter pulls that cube, I'd like to say a very big thank you to you, Peter. Do you know what? You have been the best cube puller we've had.
Well, tonight, yes.
All evening, yes, yes. You took the word right out of your mouth. Give that bag a shake and pull that final cube.
P.O.
P.O. And a good colour. P.O.
So, well, all of you with P.O., which sport is associated with Duncan Goodhue? And now here's our bonus question. If you know the correct answer, you can put it in any square you like to make up a winning line. Here we go. What place is associated with this song? And just to remind you, the telephone number to ring is 01936 9191. And now for last week's winner. But first of all, the runners-up were Mrs. Linda Wally from Cambridge and James Forbes Wilson from Leatherhead. And they each receive a portable TV set.
Oh, yes, they do. And the winner this week is Bob Shirley. He's from Northampton. But Biggins, he can't be here tonight. Oh, no. Everybody say, Bob Shirley can't be with us tonight because he's on a business trip in Sweden. His wife is out there in the audience, though, Margarita. Where are you, Margarita? Hello, Margarita. Well, we thought it was such a shame that Bob couldn't be with us tonight that we've arranged to phone him up in Sweden. Now, I've got his phone number here. It's 12 digits.
How many?
12 digits. A lot of digits, isn't it?
That's an awful lot.
Yes, and we found out from Margarita that she wants, not he wants, he doesn't know yet, but she wants us a special surprise prize, a dishwasher. Am I right, Margarita?
Yes, you are.
You'd be happy with that, would you?
Very.
Right, well, I'll just phone this number now. Now, he's expecting a business call. Your Bob is. Won't he get his shock when he gets me? All right, here we go. 0101. Oh, you know, I do hope he's in. All this way for nothing. Hello, he is foreign. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, can I speak to room 131, I think it is? Oh, no, 113. Sorry,
You
Chuck.
can, but I would suggest you dial again because it's a very, very poor line. I can hardly hear you.
Do you know, excuse me, do you know where I'm phoning from Britain over here, you know? So, and you know there's a lot of... Eh?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
All right, sweetheart. Who do I ask for? What is your name?
My name is Eric.
All right, Eric. I'll put the...
Try again.
All right, you told me twice, Eric.
I can't hear you.
I am putting the phone down now, Eric. All right?
Okay, try again.
All right, Eric. Here we go.
Surprise, surprise!
Aren't they bossy in Sweden? I'll try again. Oh, gosh, here we go.
12 digits, remember?
Do you think it was my Liverpool accent?
Oh, I can't think so, silly.
Here we go again. Oh, Margarita. Oh, dear. Fingers crossed, Margarita, that we get through this time. And hope that he hears me loud and clear. Hope he's not as bossy. Isn't it exciting? Actually, he's frightened me, that man, he has. He's frightened me.
Hello, Doc.
Hello, Eric.
Oh, hello. Now I can hear you good.
Oh, good. Oh, why do we go on meeting like this, Eric?
Well, you never know.
You never know.
What room number did you want?
I'm going to tell you now, Eric. It's 113, please.
113.
Yes.
Okay, hang on.
I'm hanging. Gosh, I hope he's there after all this time, don't you?
Hello?
Hello, Bob Shirley.
Yes, speaking.
Surprise, surprise, it's Cilla Black here.
Hello, Cilla.
Oh, hello. There I am, I'm all tense at this end. I've had a lot of trouble getting hold of you, Bob.
Why's that?
Well, do you know him, that fella on the switchboard, Eric?
Yes.
Well, you know, he kept on telling me off. He said, put the phone down and ring again. So I've rung you again just to tell you that you know already that you've won our surprise prize, don't you?
Yes.
But you don't know what you've won.
No.
No, well, I'll tell you, because your wife, your lovely wife, Margarita, who's crying her eyes out sitting in the audience here with laughter, she has chosen a dishwasher. Now, how do you feel about that?
Very pleased.
Oh, isn't that nice? Well, it's lovely to speak to you. Oh, hang on, I think, Margarita, have you got any messages? For your Bob.
No, just say hello and tell him not to forget the potato flour.
Did you hear that, Bob?
It's already bought.
It's already bought. Well, thanks for speaking to us finally on the phone. See you soon.
Thank you very much for the call.
All right, Bob. Ta-ra, then.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra.
Say bye-bye.
I will. Bye-bye. Well, now, sitting next to me, I've got a Roy Tassell. Now, Roy is from Wythenshawe in Manchester. And 27 years ago, Roy emigrated to Australia. And soon after you arrived, Roy, you met a local girl named Shirley, and you married her.
Mm-hmm.
But not long after you married, you got an urgent message from home saying that your mother was seriously ill and that, you know, maybe she could even die.
That was in 1958. We got married, and this SOS came through, and my father had got glaucoma, and it was just a decision that had to be made, and I had to come home. And then after I'd been home, I was expecting to get enough money to send for Shirley to bring her over on the boat. But I was only on about 11 quid a week, and that was working at Manchester Airport then. But the money just didn't come, and the marriage just sort of petered out. But I didn't find out for a while that Shirley had given birth to a daughter, which was Heather.
Yes, that was Heather. And Heather, you haven't seen your daughter, have you? You've never ever seen your daughter,
I've
and
seen
for many years.
Seen
Yes?
a photograph of when she was born.
When she was born.
Yeah, it's about this big on a mother's knee. And I've tried since she was about 15 to get in touch with her through my mate, who was the local doctor in Bayswater.
Well, that's a lot of years, isn't it? And you did give up trying until this year, when it was your 50th birthday.
Yeah.
And you decided to make one last attempt.
Went out and got sloshed. And was having a little bit of a party. It came to about 2 o'clock in the morning. And I just said, I'm going to ring. There's one way I'll find out. And I rang the local cop shop in Bayswater. And the policeman was ever so good. He said, well, I'll try my best and see what I can do, but don't build any hopes. But they must have got their heads together in that police station and done a marvellous job. Because 20 minutes after, well, they rang me back, reversed the charges. They said they were now there. But 20 minutes after that, the phone rang. We was all having a gargle. And the phone rang, and I said, hello? She says, is that you, Dad? I said, who's that? She said, it's Heather. Oh. I couldn't speak.
Oh.
I just give the phone to my wife. I mean, we've been married 18 years now. It's our wedding anniversary next week.
Mm. Well, the reason why you're here tonight is to see Heather and talk to her on a satellite link-up. And, well, I think we should try and go over now and see if we can get in touch with Heather. Are you there? Oh, there's Heather. Oh, Heather. Heather, can you hear us?
Yeah, hello, Dad. How are you?
Fine.
Isn't that Mom? Why don't you ask her where she is?
I'm right here in the studio now.
You're joking?
Yes, she is.
Oh, silly
I know. Well, it's the most marvellous.
I rang you up last night. Your nan said that you was round at your mates.
I told her to say that. Have a sit down. Isn't this the most marvellous moment?
Well, I'll tell you, lot, you can keep things under your shoulders, can't you?
But we've got one more special surprise for you. Because you've never seen your little granddaughter either.
She does as well.
Yes, we brought her over as well.
God.
Your little granddaughter, Danielle, is coming on right now. Well, I don't know what to say. You want to say anything else? Stay
you.
Do you know, I just think it's the most marvellous ending to a marvellous story, don't you? And look at Danielle, she wants to be on the telly, look at that. Isn't that lovely?
Every time I ring up, she said, I'll have to leave if she's into something.
Yeah.
Come on,
Danielle, do you want to come and have your picture taken?
Come on.
Come to Grandad.
Do you want an ice cream? Yeah.
You want to stay over here?
Come on.
Come on, quick.
She's gorgeous. Ah, isn't that nice? Pose for a nice photograph for the photographer.
There you are.
Want another one? So smile, Joe.
Absolutely gorgeous. I bet you're overawed, aren't you, Roy?
Yeah.
What's she doing?
She's watching herself on the telly.
Well, what a party you are going to have tonight. And I think Danielle is absolutely smashing because she's kept awake so long. Mind you. She's lovely. She'll be on her own time now, won't she? Because it's...
That's right.
Because the time...
me awake
How
all
long did
night.
it take you to get over here?
Daytime for her now.
Well, I think it's all been a marvellous ending to a marvellous story.
Fantastic.
And I hope
I
to
didn't
see you all
expect
next.
that at all. I thought I spoke to your nan last night. She said I'd see her and I'd see your mum. I'd see all the... I was expecting to see Bayswater.
Well, you've done well. And you've got a lovely family. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what else can I add to that marvellous story except to say good night and God bless you all. Good night, God bless. Ta-ra then.
Subject to a final check, the winner of this week's phone game is Anita Sear from Western Supermare.